We live in a culture that rewards people who have all the answers, who seem to know what they're doing, who exude an air of confidence and certainty. But what if the three most powerful words you could say for your personal growth were simply "I do" and "know"? It's easy to feel like an imposter when we don't have all the answers. Like we should already know how to manage our finances, or have our careers totally figured out, or have a perfectly clean and organized house. We look at social media and it can feel like everyone else has it together except us. And the truth is, we put huge pressure on ourselves to perform and be the embodiment of success. But what if that pressure is actually holding us back? There's a beautiful quote by the philosopher Epicurus that reads, "It is impossible for the same person to learn and to hold a belief at the same time." What he means there is that true learning can only happen when we stop knowing all the answers. When we admit that there are things we don't know, that we're not experts, that we're not all-knowing, then we open ourselves up to the possibility of growth. But when we think we already know everything, we become resistant to new ideas, new information, new experiences. We shut ourselves off from the very thing that would make us smarter, more capable, more successful. I want to give you permission today to say, "I don't know" more often. To not feel like you have to have all the answers. To recognize that it's okay not to know something, that it's actually good not to know something because it means there's room to learn, to expand, to evolve. It also means that you're not going to get stuck in an argument or a debate trying to prove a point because you think you already know the answer. You leave room for dialogue, for the exchange of ideas. And who knows, maybe you'll learn something new, something that will help you grow personally or professionally. So here are a few situations where saying "I don't know" can be incredibly powerful. The first one is when you're facing a problem that you've never faced before. Instead of pretending you know how to deal with it, say "I don't know" and allow yourself to explore different options. Maybe reach out to someone you admire and ask them how they would handle it. Say something like, "I am facing this challenge right now and I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you might approach it or what worked for you in a similar situation." By doing so, you'll not only learn how to handle that specific problem, but you'll also gain a new perspective on challenges in general. You'll realize that problems are just opportunities in disguise, opportunities to learn, to grow, to evolve. And the more you embrace this mindset, the more you'll start seeing problems as learning opportunities rather than obstacles. The second situation is when you're in a disagreement. If you find yourself arguing with someone, even a close friend or family member, it can be really helpful to say, "You know what? I don't know enough about this to keep arguing." You can choose to disengage from the argument without having to be right or wrong, without having to prove your point. Sometimes it takes a lot of courage to walk away from an argument, but by doing so, you'll maintain your relationships while still staying true to yourself. You'll show others that you respect their opinions even when you don't agree. And this will make you more likable and trustworthy in the long run. So next time you find yourself in a situation where you don't have all the answers, where you're facing a problem, a challenge, or a disagreement, take a deep breath and say the three most powerful words you can say for your personal growth. Say "I don't know," embrace the uncertainty, the ambiguity, the mystery of it all. Trust that you'll figure it out, and in the process, you'll learn something new about yourself, about the world, about the infinite possibilities that exist for you.